Hello and welcome to Table Time. My name is Amanda and welcome friends to my new channel. So what Table Time is going to be a series of videos that are kind of just going to cover life. And so really when it comes to Table Time, I think one of the easiest things to remember is that when you have time and you spend time as a family, for my case, me and my fiance, that we take the time to be serious at the table. We turn the TV off when we're having a meal and we sit down and we eat a meal together at this table. That these table time discussions might not always be the easiest discussions. We're going to talk about things like financing and budgeting and weight loss and DIY wedding, um, everything and anything under the sun that just might be hard to talk about. And really what table time is this opportunity to have a conversation, to ask questions and hopefully get some answers, some valuable answers from a college student. And I earned a degree in agricultural communications and leadership as well as philosophy, and we're living in still the return of the pandemic. And so it's been tough to find a career or a job that fits my career, to find ways to get out, to communicate, to keep having those conversations with friends, to go through these levels of anxiety and stress with finding a new job, finding a new home, as well as just losing friends, trying to make new friends, all of those things that have come with the pandemic and come with this time. Loss, grief, these journeys, they're not always the easiest, but it's also important to remember you're not alone. And so during Table Talk, I just want to welcome you in this first video, introduce that we're going to have these table conversations. We're going to have these important conversations that just might not always be the easiest. I want to show you around. I recently took on the idea of decluttering and moving towards minimalism. I play the minimal mom in the background while I'm working here remotely. And so I get to pick up a lot of the things that she has taught. And so it's super exciting because I want to share them with you on, she's going on from the family perspective of what does it mean for her to declutter and to be a minimal family. Well, for me, it's how am I a minimal individual, let alone moving into come October with a spouse who is not a minimalist, who is not on that path and on that journey to minimalizing stuff. And how are we going to work that out? How are we going to take two homes and become one home? And how does that work? That it's a slow process. And my apartment is definitely not minimalism, but my apartment is definitely more decluttered than I had ever thought I could be. I was definitely in college, I was one that it took a trailer, a full trailer, to move in, to move out. It took several trips to get my stuff home. And when I got home, it was just stacked, packed in my parents' storage room. And even today, I still have stuff that I need to go through with from my parents' house, and that needs to make its way here so that I can evaluate it, look at the sentimental items, and think about how I'm going to keep these, but also how am I going to move on from some of them. There's a lot of emotion that I don't unpack because I don't unpack emotion well. And so hopefully here I'll be able to help somebody else in unpacking those emotions, unpacking the things, because my mom, sent boxes of things over. Pretty much every rosary behind me came from my grandma's house. Rosaries that, are plastic or things that got tossed into a box because they were from my great grandma or my great great grandma, rosaries that just aren't getting used, rosaries that are broken, things like that that made their way here. And how do you go through those little items, those sentimental items? Because one, they represent your faith, but also they represent your family. And so here at Table Talk, I want to help you discover some of those things, and we're gonna go through a lot. I'm going to organize playlists and have them kind of sorted out so that if you want fitness, weight loss journey, we'll go to that playlist. If you want DIY, because I've got a wedding I'm working on. Actually, I'm really finishing up on stuff, but I do have some stuff to show you, and I'll definitely show you like things from our wedding afterward. It's tough because it's it's crunch time. We're at the let's get invites out. Let's get we've got bridal showers coming up. All of these things packed together very close now that we've come out of really COVID and the restrictions and being able to hopefully have a wedding. Obviously, there's worries about the variants and how's that going to affect our wedding. But I'll show you those, and those will be in a playlist. And budgeting or helping with just understanding budgeting in life, those will be in a playlist. I really just hope that Table Talk kind of answers everything from this young adult point of view. And if this flourishes, I hope to take you along into married life and the transition into married life and the transition into family, and be with you along the journey, just like you're with me along this journey. And so hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I don't know exactly where Table Talk is going to go, but I hope that Table Talk inspires you. So until next time,